And yes, indeed, welcome to the program, The Bottom Line Liberia. Tonight is another fresh edition of the program, this second day of April. And it's unbelievable that this is the second day of April 2024. I want to say welcome to you. My name is Linford Egon Goa, along with my colleague Paul the Lord Churupe. We in our separate studios, both in the UK and the Royal Kingdom of Norway. I want to say we welcome you to be with us as we go through another interesting edition of the program. Tonight, we're going to be looking at the newspapers, top stories in some of the newspapers in Liberia, the major newspapers in Liberia, that is. And we'll be analyzing it according to our own views, and also we'll be giving our own recommendations where need be. And besides that, we'll be looking at the recent fracas that took place in uh, Kinjor, Grand Kima County, where there was some, scuffles between security forces and the citizens there at BMMC, that's a Bea Mountain Mining Company, and it was reported that there were some casualties. What are the latest development? We'll be looking at that. And Paul, is there anything else you think we'll be looking at tonight?
Well, I think you said it. I think good before that say anything. I want to say good evening and to our audience, and also good evening to you. I think we'll also look at what in the newspaper tonight and see what's happening in Liberia, and we'll have a little glimpse of President Barker interview on the BBC. So it's a few things we'll look at, and there was also new appointments
Hmm.
in April, and they stay appointing people. So we're little bit concerned how the 100-day rescue thing will take place. So yeah, those are the things. And to our viewers, let's welcome some of our viewers.
Okay, right now I want to welcome Kona SB Colley. And Kona, we don't know where you're watching from, but I want to believe that you're watching from Monrovia, Liberia via Jala TV. So we want to say thank you for joining us, Kona, and we want you to do us one thing, very simple. Stay where you are, be a part of the conversation, and invite your friends. Or just share the show on your page, and you'll see your friends will begin to follow. And also ask them to share it to their friends, and together we can all have a conversation. And like I said, Paul is in the UK and I'm in Norway here. But Paul, let me just find out. It's springtime all over Europe, and in fact, we adjusted the time just 2 days ago, so we are back to normal. It's like we are behind Liberia, especially Norway, and we are behind. I mean, we are behind Liberia
Yeah,
2 hours.
you are ahead of
Yeah,
Liberia.
ahead of Liberia 2 hours. That is, Liberia is so it's 9 o'clock here now. 10 minutes past 9 o'clock, so it's 10 minutes past 7 o'clock in Liberia. And so we like Guinea more sunlight. How is it in the UK?
It's the time, the same thing. The clock had gone forward, so we 1 hour ahead of Liberia now. You know, Liberia is on the GNT,
And it's
and
GMT, yeah.
yeah, so the GNT, the clock had been moved forward, so we 1 hour ahead of Liberia. Although we should be on the same time with Liberia, just the European thing anyway.
Yeah, that's a European thing. But you know, guys, when we say we move the clock ahead, it's not the entire clock we take and carry. It's a time on the clock. You know, I don't know how that thing happens. It happens automatically. 12 o'clock in the night.
No,
Everything
no,
will
no.
close.
I think it's during when it comes to spring, because during
Uh,
the spring is now we're going into the summer where we have longer days and shorter nights. That's the
yeah,
whole idea.
that's
Because
the
I
whole
think
idea.
yeah. So
Yeah, now like here now the day life will start from exactly 5 o'clock in the morning, and it will last until 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock in the night in the morning again. So that's like, yeah, almost 18, 19 hours of daylight. So somewhere in the north, they don't see night. I mean, no night. It will just be clear. The sun shining through all until that's what I call it, the midnight sun. The sun shining anytime we go. So all you do, draw your curtain, dark curtain, and then you sleep. And sleep, I must say, when sleep come, man, you go in, whether in the sunshine or not, they see where you can sleep in the day. But Paul, I want to say welcome to you again and to our audience. Let's welcome a couple of people, a lot of people coming in. Daniel Dakin, you say, I'm watching from Kinjor. Very good, Daniel. Stay there. We're gonna talk about your place today and call most of your people, your Kinjor friends. Tell them to join us on the bottom line. Just share it. Tell them they can look at it on their own phone. And we're going to be bringing your interview that was held recently with your leaders. We'll be talking about it. And we also understand there's a group there called STAND Stand, and they are there. We'll be talking about all of those things. So Alim M. Jala says he's watching from Lofa County. Also, we're going all those places. And so for you joining us, this is the bottom line Liberia. We say the bottom line. That is, we discuss the issue from the top all the way to the bottom. We do the inner stone unturned. And Paul, telling what we do here. Probably some people will be thinking, we don't abuse anybody. In fact, Paul will tell you what we do here.
Well, to those who follow for the first time, this is the Lord Chodope from the great city of London. And on this platform, it's a European-based platform. We also have Jala TV, thanks to Jala, who should be part of this program. It's a family platform. We does not abuse here, and we take everybody to be friends, and then we discuss the issue. I may be wrong, I may be right, so the audience too could correct us when we're in the wrong, but we don't accept any kind of
we don't abuse nobody. We don't lie on anybody. We don't say, so thing happened, you have to be popular. And Paul and I, we can disagree. Our other colleague is not here, or they are not here. A few of them are here. Jima, we can disagree, but we do it respectfully. And that's what the program is about. Exchange of views. And, where Paul will say something, if I don't agree, I say, no, I disagree with you, then I give my view. Then he will also try to see either if he can agree with me or say disagree and give reason why. But let's welcome a few other people, then we'll take our musical break and come back. When we come back, then we'll go into the actual discussion. So we have Clara Mwanjiwi here. Clara Mwanjiwi. I think, Paul, do you remember when we hosted the lady with the medical product here, and we have all of these people coming from, was it Rwanda or some country?
Yes.
Yeah, they were joining us. So I think Clara is one of them. I still remember
Cameroon.
Yeah, I still remember his name. And so we have Melvin Weir, we have Alan Jala, of course, or Emmanuel Tosa, Kuna Colley was the first to join us here, and Joseph Colley also. And then we have Cowboy, they using all kind of letters now. So German letters. Okay, but so guys, join us. Like we said, we're going to be discussing a lot tonight. So share the show and let's take our quick musical break. And when we get back, we'll be going directly into our discussions so that we'll have ample time to discuss what we need to discuss tonight. And don't forget that this is the bottom line Liberia. We'll be back.
My people, where you at? Wake up from your slumber, stop sleeping. Whip your hands. Come on. I know you're sleeping now. You gotta whip us some more, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. So much. I said they lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not the I said we tired with their lies, we tired with their promises that led us to all our damages. We tired with their speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrates us. So why did you lie? Why did you steal? Why did you allow the citizens to be? You see, we just tell you that's why we voted you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people lie to us. The government people fool us, so the people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they go knock the corrupt. I don't want to trust. My people don't want to hope on nobody. My hope that I have been broken. I'm telling you, brother. So where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the jobs that they say they could afford? But they too selfish. The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired, they tired. You see the reason why we ask why the government betray. They have enough of time, but yeah, then instead they delay. People suffer. No work for people crying for hunger. Look at. Your vision and your mission, your intention to the nation, they poor. You got nothing to show. Nothing. So, why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. They lie. The people fool us, so the people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they go knock the corrupt. We tired with their promises that left us to all our damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why can you lie? Why can you steal? Why can you allow the certain things to be? You see, we just tell you that why we both tell you. But you fool us. You screw us, you use us and little on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie.
Okay, we want to say welcome again. This is the Bottom Line Liberia, and we are back with actual discussions. Paul, you hear me?
Linfa, I'm hearing loud and clear. Good evening to our viewers.
We have new people who just joined us. Toby Wilson, of course, he's not new. He's one of our regular viewers here, so he's here. And so we want to say welcome, Toby, and help us to share the show. And guys, those of you watching, we want you to do something. Melvin Weir, all of you guys want to do something. Please, you can take part in the show. Ask your questions. If we say anything that you want to participate in, you can ask your question, or if it's a comment, you can make your comment. The only thing we are not even appealing to you. We are giving you our rules. Do not insult anybody, whether somebody in the audience wrote something you don't like it, do not insult them, or whether I say something or Paul says something, or anybody for that matter, do not insult the person. We don't like it. We want to keep this platform as clean as we can, and also we want to keep it free of distortion, like somebody coming and abusing or telling lies. No, we don't do that. So guys, please help us to share the show. And Paul, the newspapers, one of the newspapers.
Linfa, do me a favor. Before the newspaper, there's something caught my eye about the new president that is elected in Senegal. And I want our viewers to chime in. I want to share something here, and then we can talk about it. This new president, he has done something that is remarkable. And I hope that, this guy came to power. He seems that he making a lot of how they call it, Let me see. He making a lot
Airways
of
and
headways now. Yeah. Let me see. 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 Let
and
me
so,
see.
but while Paul is trying to find that clip or
Mhm.
whatever it is, whether a picture or whatever, but I will tell you a brief history about this guy. I don't know much about him, but we understand that he's a very young guy, um, in his 40s, mid 40s, and he's a political activist, and we understand he was in jail, and when he was released from jail, just days, not even weeks, but days after he was released, the people of Senegal voted him unanimously. And so there must be something unique about this guy. And Paul, just before you bring in that information, I also want to tell our people that in Africa, the whole of Africa, from my experience, as a journalist, been following African news from the early 80s up to now, uh, I noticed something about Africa. If it is coup d'etat in Africa, all the countries they all set to follow that trend, right? They, from one country to another, from one country to another, they will have coup. When it's electing the old heads as president, the same African countries again will follow that same trend. Now there is something new happening in Africa. They begin to elect new leaders. Instead of the old 19 who leaders, so to speak, Africans are now gearing towards bringing in new leaders because most of the time it was always these old people, some of them whom become dictators at the end of the day. So we've had series of a couple of new young people becoming president in Liberia. Some of them through taking power by force. Okay, I mean in Africa, if we start from Liberia, Samuel Doe did it. He took power by force, but he was a young leader. You can also go to Congo. The guy that was just voted up, um, Zaire, that is the guy that was just voted up, Joseph Kabila. He overthrew his own father. He was a young guy, and if you come to Macky Sall also right there in I think Senegal. Is it Senegal? I'm forgetting no African countries. But Macky Sall is a young guy, okay, just the age of George Weah. Then also
Hold on.
Sierra
Go
Leone.
on. I found
Yeah. Just in Sierra Leone, Julius Malabio is a young guy, and also in Guinea, this guy took over military coup through a military coup. He's a young guy. And talking about Julius Malabio, we also saw the likes of the one that was ECOMO soldier in Liberia. What is his name? Um, yeah, but all these guys were young guys. So Africa, and there this guy in Yoweri Museveni, this boy tried to contest with him, and he people say he won the election, but he was cheated because Museveni also is a dictator. What's the name of that boy? So a lot of young people are now trying to take power in Africa, and so the thing is, I think we've given the older heads that much chance. And as African tradition, we respect older people. So they will always say, "Oh, that old man, he got too much experience. Let the old man be there." But again, the young people, life is becoming progressive. Life is very progressive in Africa now. You enter some African countries, you think you in Europe or you in part of America. So I think to catch up with that trend, I think Africans should head now for new leaders, for young leaders who can bring new, fresh ideas. Because, take for example, if my father was still alive, peace be to his ashes. If my father was still alive, and you make him to be president of Liberia, what I know, he doesn't know, because the age we live in is quite different. And sooner or later, my children, what they know, I will not even know half of it. So life is changing, life is becoming progressive. But you can see the picture out there. Maybe Paul will tell us a little bit about that picture. But the picture out here,
right.
the man in the center there is the newly elected president. Elected. He did not come to power through the power of the gun. He's elected. Okay? And so uh, you can see him flanked by two ladies. I don't know, one may be his wife and one may be some relative. I don't know who they
Right.
are or officials. I don't
Right.
know.
Linford,
Yeah.
hold on. This is what make the make this story very interesting.
Mm-hmm. Tell us.
This young man is in his 40s. The two ladies you see over there, he
Mm.
married the two that his wives.
Wow.
One is Christian and one is Muslim. So this guy has said something that is quite remarkable. It's one of those things that you never heard of from the presidential side. So tomorrow when he traveling, in the old days, our dad had like two, three wives, and then they had turntable or rota 1 week here. So this thing when I saw there, I said, wow, this is interesting. Muslim and a Christian, he unified the two religions in his country. And you see, this guy, he's smart. And when I'm looking at this, I say, women have wisdom. To be honest, they rule the world. If this guy want to make any decision, he got two people in his life that he can consult before he make any sound decision. So I thought when I saw this picture, I said, no, this is remarkable for what is happening in Africa, whereby we're having this issue with countries now that the Western world are behind people to do this same-sex marriage, and this guy is showing something to the world. I think let our viewer chime in this. I think this is a remarkable story. I don't know what you think, Linfa.
So our viewers, if you can make your comment, but Paul, just to add to what you said, you see, you know, I think this young man is a smart guy. So imagine, and we were just talking about young people, young people taking power, right? Imagine those. Oh, I'm not trying to condescend on Muslim people here or neither Christian people here, but imagine our old, no Bia president, no God, who were born in the churches that 60, 70, 80 years old now. They wouldn't want to marry a Muslim and marry a Christian at the same time. They want to be clean to that religion where they become so glued to it and say, oh no, it's forbidden to do this. But yeah, this is a young man. He's bringing new ideas to the table. You see, because if you look at Christianity and Islam, I think the difference is not that big. Okay, it's probably understanding the translation, the time things happen, the time frame in between, or something may have been the major difference. But they almost, because if you look at Musa, it's Moses, Yusuf is Joseph. Eh? All the names, they are all similar to each other. So, they for this guy to do this, I think it's interesting. And like you said, if he's traveling to a Christian country, he can take a Christian wife with him, and she will be able to break through. And I mentioned the Christian, but let's go to the Muslims. No papi there, no one. When they pet the beard, you think you can get them to do this? No, they would not want to do it. But I mean, this is a young man coming with different idea. You see, so I think Africa, the whole of Africa, should now be moving in that direction where you can bring in young leaders to bring fresh ideas to the table, because nothing is cast in stone. Many years ago, if you go thousands of years ago, our people were living without clothes. Okay, they were wearing animal skin and things. But today, what we wear costume, we do everything. Can you imagine? So life is changing, and maybe in the future, people will be using different things. So we can't be glued to that one idea. Oh, that person, he been there for 50 years. That when he don't get the experience, you'll let him be there, whether he's doing the right thing or not, in this age and time. So I don't think it's anything bad. So Paul,
Yeah,
tell us.
yeah, I saw that. I said, "Oh, this is remarkable, man. The way they got and what I thought, when decision is made, most time we consult our partners before making decision. But this guy, he's got two to listen to two voices before he make a sound decision in his country. And women have a way of making decision, and that decision always right. So imagine he gonna listen to two people. What you think about this country? How we going? Seek advice. Boom. I think this is a remarkable story, man. I think Senegal, we should watch out for this young man. We know that he's one of those people to that visionary. So we should see what's going to happen in the next few days, in the next few years, under his leadership. I think this is good. Anyway, left flow, Linfa.
Okay, the final bit I would like to add there is, I like it, and he's not ashamed of his decision to marry 2 wives, right? The guy is
Yeah,
flanked by his 2 wives. I mean, taking picture, and he's proud, and I don't support, or well, it's African tradition. I don't support or I don't despise polygamy, because if you look at it in a God cannot lie on himself. God said he gave most of the people in the biblical time. These are people who used to see God face to face, not us. The biblical days, olden days,
yeah,
not before when Jesus came. These people, God said you can marry as many wives. So some of them, Solomon, how many wives he had? He had several and several children. Okay, so I, I think God can lie on himself. God approve of this in a way. But again, we are the modern day Christians, and we got to make it. We got to keep it the way we made it. But guys, I think like we said, Africa is moving in a new direction. Look at, I mean, I just can't believe it. And Paul, you said something. We wasn't going to the show, but he said something about women making decisions. If I was any president of any country, my chief justices, all the justices on the bench will all be women.
yeah. Women good at making sound decision. No
Yeah,
doubt. The thing is, if you
when
wonder
I
what happened, let me say that they come in. And your
yeah,
friend,
so,
listen to if your friend did something to you that he did for you, and then you went home complaining to the woman, she will not say, she will throw a question to you. That question will make you to think twice.
twice.
Yes, that's how they got a way of doing things, because they see something long before we see it. And now this young man sitting down, he will face a lot of challenges in Senegal. But guess what? When he gets home, he gets two people to consult to make decision. And I think it's a good thing. It is a good thing for Senegal. I mean, no
Yeah,
doubt about it.
that's very sensible, Paul. But let's work on Linda Matter. That's a good thing. And Paul, my reason, somebody will ask me, why will I choose women to be my chief justice, all of the justices on the bench, on the Supreme Court bench? There's a reason why women are good judges. They can decide on good things. Imagine, Paul, you can dress from head to toe, you walk in the street, on the streets of London. Women will like you, but it will be difficult for any woman to can say, oh, I like you. But that woman just dress and go. Thousands of men, if she meet thousands of men, maybe 500 will say, I like you. But she will not just agree to all 500. She will begin to judge. The other guy, I see you wearing dashes. The guy he tall, the guy short. No, she'll compare, and make that sound decision. But for men, if you're lucky, 500 women can say, I want you to agree to all. You have to know to what you.
But live for you, right? Do you know if you follow women to go shopping in the market, onion, they can't see through onion. They'll pick a bag of onion, they put it down, they pick another one, and what they're doing, we're not understanding what that adjustment about, but then they always pick the right onion. So something about them that we cannot take from them. They just give that God just gave it to them. That's how I say, look, and it refer me back to this young man. Watch out, Senegal. Let's watch out for Senegal. The decision this guy will take, it will be a very, very, very interesting decision over there. Yeah.
On a big question here. No, the statistics I'm giving, that's just example. but I mean, this thing is fact. When I walk in the street, I can see plenty with me. I like, if I see 1,000 with me, I like maybe 999. I like them really because maybe for any reason, but just probably they are beautiful. I like them. And then out of a chance, if I'm not married, I'm single, out of a chance, if the 1,000 I see, 500 come to me and say, you boy, I like you, I say, yeah, I agree to all. I'll not say no. But then you with me, it's difficult. Women will always make that difficult decision. And again, another thing, I mean, we honor our females here in the house tonight. The night is dedicated to you some kind of way because of the young men from Senegal. Now, women, another thing I know about women, poor women are brave. Imagine during the war in Liberia, man, when the bullets will fire, I mean, see all the drum men and they would have made it all scared. How there that a woman can come to the door. He said, oh, my boy, hello. can I get you water to drink? They say, oh my girl, you want to go for what we eat? While the guy now want to be there breathing like cow. But the women when they want winning bread, they will go and I say, oh, in Kakata drink the early days of the war. See, women them man. Can bring it peg or cassa on their head. Try to feed the home while our husband way under there. You see it? So women are brave. And several ways women are brave. And my first experience with women being brave is when I was a people and I tried to go out like, to dances and discos and things. You see the girl that you know from nowhere. You become friend in the club, maybe you say, oh, can we go to my house? Men now around 1 o'clock in the morning. You start coming. See what I ask you? Where we going? She in front of you, you're coming. She know whether you good man or you bad man. But she finish judging you already. But me, if I went to the club at that time and I get them, they cannot go, I say, when you leave me alone, I start my small sense we kind of, you leave me alone, but how, where you living? How you, where you live? They got scared. You want to go meet somebody who, but anyway,
or you now go with Benu Sudan, what was small horror story about Benu Sudan used to go to that club and take men and dance.
When the guy got something up on his case, but enough for our ladies here. Our ladies in that is dedicated to you, and it's all because of that president of Senegal. We must commend him, and we hope that he will make some good decisions. Women will help him to make some good decisions for his country. That the people of Senegal, they've been going through a lot. Coup d'etat had taken place in a place and a lot of things. American talk, oh, you're right. American talk, oh, didn't you hear? So Paul, it was good I put that picture up, and we hope Africa can go in a direction where we're bringing in young leaders with fresh ideas.
Yeah. Okay. Before transition, if you look at Mali, if you look at Burkina Faso, yeah, look at the military junta that took over those countries. Apart from Niger, they are all young guys. I think Burkina Faso, the guys should be in about 30s.
There is something here.
They are young. Yeah, and these guys, my man, I'm telling you, they are visionary. Yeah.
Good. That's the word I want to talk about. Visionary. And you know what? You know, have you noticed something about them? Compare our old people. Our people who in the 60s, 70s, 80s, if they take over now, any of them will control power through coup. By the time the PB colonizers, when they talk, you see them draw back. Because what? They got our colonial out here. But no boss. Burkina Faso, they withstood the French people. Mali, the board and said, no. In fact, they told them, say, France, you're not digging our mineral no more. If you do it, we will sell a price for you. So you see, the young guy, because like me, I can't tell nobody that I live in a women country all the years. I know these people well. So if I went to my country and I became president, no women just can't stay and talk nonsense. Before you talk, I will give you permission to even talk. Because these people, they will think that they're superior to you. They look at it, they say, Africa is the only country with low IQ. We are the people of low IQ. So they want to treat us that way. So our other leaders, and somebody can drive me that I want to say things I don't want to say. Our other leaders will always succumb to these people because the bad idea that we are under them. They will not stand up to them. But look at the young boys and look at the guy from Mali. He's a French trained military. The one from Guinea, French trained military. So why you know about France? You know everything about them. You know about the white people. You know how they think about black people. So he stood up to them and said, no, you can't do this here. So these are the kind of leaders we need in Africa now. Instead of they are all grandfather then working for the colonial period.
The leave for Iraq and what especially the young guy from Burkina Faso, what he's saying, I saw this guy going to elementary school, speaking to kids, the future generation of that nation. We can do this. And now what? Since he got in power, it had been counter coup over 30. So what he did recent time, he sent for 300 Russian soldiers to protect him. I said this, and now what happened when ECOWAS started this nonsense with them? They walk out of ECOWAS, and now last week they decided to form their own currency to get rid of the francs that they're using.
Yeah.
That's how I said, look, these guys are moving fast. Look,
Yeah,
what they all got there with the American. He told them to leave Niger. The American, we don't want you here anymore. So it's just something about these young leaders instead of the old people that we still have around doing the same old nonsense. Anyway,
yeah,
let's flow.
because they come from that mindset. You know that when they see women, they scared of women. Anyway, Megan talk. Let's move on.
They
You
came
know,
to us.
yeah,
Yeah,
time will
so
come.
our viewers that following us via Jala TV and the Bottomland, welcome to the Bottomland discussion. This is where we discuss issue. Most of the time, we are very accurate what we discuss. Today, we're going to be looking at the newspaper in Liberia. We'll start with the front page, Africa, and see what the story that is out there. I think we'll also dive into the interview of the president that he gave on BBC. Something
Mhm.
very interesting about that interview. We need to look at it. So, live for this. How
Mhm.
do we go? Let's start with this story here. Talk to
Mhm.
us.
Bad apples within. Now, um, Colonel A.B. Krumah, that name rings bells in Liberia when it comes to security. Uh, he used to be in the police, and a lot of people know what he did, especially when armed robbery was on the rise in Liberia right after the war. And so when they talk about A.B. Krumah, people know. And in fact, when President Bwaka was thinking about making appointments in the security sector, a lot of names were coming abroad. I mean about people were talking about Gregory Coleman, who is the police director now, the RG now. And one of the names that we heard was Colonel Krumah, and it's all based on what he's been doing before. But Colonel Krumah has taken all the DEA, that's the Drugs Enforcement Agency, that the people who fighting the drugs. I think if you look down there, you see some parcels down there. I think that's drugs that they get put there as a sample. Now, but he is saying that in order to clear this drug thing, in order to fight the drug thing effectively, he will start within his own agency that he's heading, because he believes that within the DEA itself, there are people who facilitate the transport and bringing in of drugs. Because let me tell you, if you look at Kinley, the DEA, they are assigned, they are agents assigned at some of the borders, the entry borders, or also like at the Freeport of Memorial, the RRA. They are there to inspect, to find if anybody is traveling with drugs. So how possible, along with immigration, how possible, and I get police are also assigned at places like RIA, how possible is it that this huge amount of drugs will always end up in Liberia? During the weird time, we heard of drugs coming in huge quantities, Paul. You heard that story. So please tell me, if these security agencies, the DEA, the police, the immigration, they are all assigned at the borders, how do these things come in? Or is somebody telling me here that we manufacture these things in Liberia? And even if we manufacture it there, how come they can find it out? So Colonel Krumah is saying that within his own organization that he's heading, he believes that there are people within who facilitate the bringing in of these things. So he is going to weed out all of the bad apples within, because if you go under the apple tree and pick all the apple, you don't expect grapefruit to be there. You don't expect mango to be there. They're all apples. But then within that apple, there's some bad one that will make a whole basket to look bad. So what you do, if you want to go sell your apples, you got to clean it, remove all the bad ones, the rotten ones, throw them away, and proceed with the good ones. I don't know what you think about apple.
Well, I think that we knew all along the DEA they have not been functioning well. And
Hmm.
I will take you back to the 1980s when we were small. I remember when President Doe was in office. They, I remember when there was huge quantity of marijuana that is seized from some dealer. And you remember those soldiers said they want to burn that drugs. But instead of burning it, they were all getting high of it. So
taking their
this
portion.
is this is age-old problem in Liberia. These guys in the DEA, they know the key people that bring in drugs, but then remember too, because their salary is so low, so they do all kind of things to facilitate these guys, and they get money out of it to build their properties. So AB Cloman here is right. Within the bar apples, and those bar apples, they are the ones been hiding these people. So it better he root them out of the situation, which I think he's on a right path with this. My own county, River G, that was so quiet, peaceful. The drugs are taking over the county, and people are complaining. Women now going on the street helping the police to root out drugs from people who making drugs in the county. So this thing is, I think what AB is doing is, and the police, they're in a DEA, they have their hands in it, they back this criminal. So he's right. It's almost like the cartel in the West. You find out that key players are being supported by the cartel, so they'll keep the thing going and pretend that they're working. So AB Kroma, I think he's spot on here. I don't know what our viewer think.
Yeah. So viewers, if you have any comments about this, anything you know about it, or any comment that you want to make, you can make your comment. But let's welcome my own friend, JUM Waimo. Waimo, rather, he's somewhere in the north, they bought a strong ball. And Eleanor Davis, you say you're watching, but we know where you're watching from, Eleanor. As about Waimo, I know you're watching from Tronso. So Tronso is one of the cities that we have in the north. That place, the snow still falling there. I hate to go there. So, but I was strong there. But let's say welcome to all of you to the Bottom Line Liberia. And Paul, you hit the nail on the head. No, let me tell you. I was reading some article a long time ago. You hear drugs coming from South America, from Chile, from Peru, from all the countries coming to places like America, right next door. You know the route of those drugs. People in drug is a lucrative business. So people can take risk, and then it's just as part of what is connected. You can take drug from the real drug dealer. They will not take drug from Sierra Leone. They bring it to Liberia. I mean, I'm not talking about Africa. I just gave you an example. We got Liberia and Sierra Leone that closer, but people bringing drugs like places from Chile to like America or to some other PB countries. You don't take it directly because they can trace it. So the guy bringing the drug right next door to America, maybe from Chile, but he will send it way to Russia. That's the first point. From Russia, it will end up somewhere in Europe. From Europe, it go to Africa. From Africa, it go back to maybe another South American country. Then from there, come back to Europe because they want to confuse the people so that if the Interpol is tracing them, they will not be. It's a hard job. That's why it's difficult to beat down the cartel. That's how we're not talking about somebody who get one piece of marijuana in a packet to smoke. We're talking about drug deal, what you got deal. If you watch Al Capone, where you cross one D, my man, you get a whole house full of money because what kind of money you don't put in the bank, you keep it home. So that's why the drug dealers, if you go to South America, you see those people, they are always heavily guarded and they operate in group. When you get one group down, you got another group to contend with. So for drug to be entering countries like Liberia, I think countries like Liberia, that's just a weak point for them. They're one of the weakest points where you can just pass it through. Because you meet one DEA officer who got one pair of uniform, one pair of shoes. He got since 4 or 5 years ago. You can't even wash it. So you meet a guy, you display something like 10,000 right in front of him, which is just your daily lunch. As a real drug dealer, your daily lunch, I think at $10,000 US. Say, no, my man, let me get this thing across, man. They want to check for you now. When I get through, you'll get something. You know what that boy will do? The boy been working in government for years. He even got $1 in your bank account. You gain 10,000 right away. You move. You accept it. Why all having that one at your business? So this is why. Yeah.
You remember it was a few months ago before the election.
Mm-hmm.
There are $150 million worth of drugs that were seized.
Can you imagine?
Is that drug today?
Can you imagine?
Did they burn that drug? What did they do with it? So I mean, AB Cloma is right here. The very people that seized that drug, they sold it. Look, I can tell you something. Do you know in Liberia, a fuller man will start with shoe, how they call it, shoe shine. The next year you have widow market. In less than 3 years, the guy finished building one big house from widow market. You think what does this is the drug scene that been going in Liberia? It's all over the place.
Yeah, you talking about Fulham, man. Okay,
I,
at least they got small fear in there. But what about our friend there from Nigeria? Now I got a lot of
no,
Nigerian friends.
I,
I
I'm coming
respect
to
them.
I'm coming to the Nigerians. I'm coming to
Yeah, hit
Nigeria.
them.
If you go Clara Town today, there are so many auto parts shop you find. And those guys, if you leave, you go to their homes, their auto park cars, you see the guys living large in mansion. You think what sort of they built? I mean, they manufacture the drugs right in Liberia. That's what they're doing. That's why if you hear about it, kush, it's all over the country because the manufacturer is there. What the hell? How come some guy be sitting River G manufacturing drug, all the young children River G now the drugs taking over? This is just wrong. So I think what AB Clomar is doing, but then within the DEA itself, the key players they know these guys that manufacture the drugs. So when you start rooting them out of the DEA office now, you might be going for the major players. At the moment, they wouldn't getting those guys that on the surface, but the key players still there, and they've been backed by the DEA officer. So AB Clomar is right here. So let's
Yeah,
give the
okay.
young man credit.
Yeah, and Daniel Dagin, he says, "Thanks so much, Mr. Krumah. Save the younger generation to come," and which is true. You see, because no, Paul, the last time I was in Liberia was 2016, right? Drugs were there, but they were not anything like coach. Maybe they were there, but I didn't see that effect. But to the point where this thing has become prevalent, I mean, the thing used to be like a Morovia thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Normal thing when we were growing up, all we knew, few guys would go get high, that it was like young boys, normal thing. But
But that one
it
at
had just
grass. But it
transformed.
got that grass. But they
Yeah,
want
our grass, simple
that
grass, and they
cocaine
were
and
there like
house
young
and they
boys.
partaking.
Yeah, but now they got different categories that you hear about something called Kush that they say they smoke the dust from the light bulb or human being boom. Can you imagine? Can you imagine how terrible this is? So we do not have a generation, a future generation. Trust me, Paul. We do not. Look, Liberia is going to be brain drain in the next 20 years. In 2024, they make it 10
Yeah.
years, 2034, 2035. In fact, we'll start feeling the effect from 2020 now, 2030. You'll see that then because the now generation, the young boys now 16, 17, 18, 19 to 20 years that are smoking this thing. The next 10 years, those that are 20 now will be 30. Those that are over 20 will be going to their 40s. So how useful will they be? Even their children will not have future because the children they're born as a result of the smoking and thing will not have future because the father, the mother not working. They smoking. Some might die before time. So where would these children be? Liberia is not a social welfare country to say they will take care of orphans. And so then the children also will grow up. And all of this is the effect of the war. Because those children who are small boys, soldiers, or whatever in the war, they are the men now. And most of them, they born children. When the war was going on, the children they born, nobody will care for them. They want because the war ended almost 40 years ago or 25, 30 years ago. Okay. So the child that was born 1990, okay, like my daughter was born 1990, she's 37 years old now. Can you imagine? Okay, 34 years, yeah, to be exact, 34 years. So can you imagine? So tell me now, so if I have been a draw addict and I didn't take care of her, I didn't do nothing, and then she too, she grew up in the war and then coming out and having her own children, what happened? So let me tell you, Liberia is going to be brain drain. We're going to have that's why the politicians, they are being recycled now because look on the ground, the educated Liberians are outside in the diaspora, most of them. The few within the country, some of them got jobs. Some of them, they will be absorbed in the political parties under the political gurus. Like Joseph Boakai will look at a few of the educated people and absorb them into his government. So once they are in our government, if the government does anything wrong, they will not talk because one of them, who is my very good friend, we were chatting, he made a post, everybody was pressing on him, he said, to sit down on the eating table and be talking, It's a bad habit. You know what I mean? Like I'm in the government already. So if I talk, it will be a bad habit. It's a bad eating manner. So you see, so they absorb the few educated guys that are in Liberia now in their governments. So then what will happen? They are more bishop. Georgia did the same thing. So the dummies, so sorry to say that, but those that have not gone to school, that don't know anything, will be the real victims. So Liberia they're going to repeat the old politicians for years to come. They've nothing now move them from their death. Because give yourself the next 10 years with the generation that we have, Kush generation, who will stand up that can be president from a money Kush generation. It will be very few. So if you form a government, you absorb the few people who are educated or who will be educated then. And what happens? The rest of the citizenry, they are just almost zero. So Liberia will have to put in, the government will have to put in contingency plan, make real plans in a way that will be able to tackle this issue, not only now, but for the future. Paul, I don't know how you think about it. Milton.
Yeah, these young people that are taking the drugs, they are young and they're not going to school. So we have a vacuum, the future leaders. Some of us, if we stay around, maybe by the time we 80, we may end up working in Liberia. Because that is a vacuum, serious vacuum over there. A group of future leaders are on drugs, that the country don't have that money to rehabilitate all of these people, to clean them up. The country is in serious mess, and this is why the children that we born overseas, and this why the dual citizenship might help in the process. Those children will have to go back to fill the gap of what is happening in Liberia. It's a serious thing. Look, I lived in Holland for many years. When you become drug addict, it's just a terrible thing. It can't get out. Your body is craving to get more. And if you don't have a society that can rehabilitate these people, how it be? And also crime. It leads to see they can't find money to get out to the drugs. They come after people.
You see, the thing about drugs and crime, they are the same. They are very, very closely related. You cannot get them apart because they reach them. No, when I first came to Norway, I had a friend. I was living far away from the city. Okay, so I had a friend in the city. I always visited her. So I have gone this time, and she told me to go to one bus stop. But I missed the bus stop. I went to the wrong bus stop. But Paul, the bus stop I went to, I saw strange people. Everybody bending, walking like they're going to fall. So they get bad on their 1 foot, they almost fall into the ground and they wake up. But it was my first experience because from Africa, I didn't know about these people. Then I was surprised. And then the bus supposed to come every 5 minutes. But then I've been there for over 30 minutes waiting, but I can't see the bus number that she gave me. So then she kept calling, where are you? I said, I'm to the bus stop. Which bus stop? The bus supposed to come? I said, no, that can't. Describe the place. When I describe the place, she said, what kind of people is see there? She said, move from there now. Once I can move from there, because when the police come, they will catch you. And guess what, Paul? This place, you can buy a whole computer, laptop, you can buy it for even 10 krona, which is the 10 cents, 10 US cents. Yeah. Can you imagine? Because they need it. You see somebody selling mobile phone to you. And the reason is they needed to support that habit. So they will always commit crime. So and then the bad thing that happens, we'll soon be closing on this topic, but the bad thing that happens about the drug and crimes and other things is that the big people who are in this drug deal, even if they catch them, nothing happen to them. The drug that you are talking about during the WIA administration, millions of dollars drug. When they caught it, they traced it, it went to some people who got supermarket, some business people. What happened? People have to buy, but let them go catch one small piece of drug with one ball, one zogo in the street, they will beat it and kill it. Can you imagine what society will live in? And you know this zogo does not have machine to manufacture the drug, or if there's something where they can grow, it doesn't have a farm for it. But where it's coming from before you can buy it? I go to the store to buy bagel right. Then you beat me for the bagel right. I got farm. The man who producing the right, you don't go to him, but I will buy one bear to eat, then you beat me and kill me. So you see, our society is just this is a society that I don't understand. See, this is a society I don't understand because these people, the main producers of the thing, you know them, but you not go for them, you lead them. Now, AB Kroma, what AB Kroma is doing now, we hope he will succeed. But I think I can fasting. Kono Kroma, brother, if I knew you personally, if I hire your number, I'll call you. This is not going to be an easy task for you. You, man, even the government that you're working for, they might find fault on you and remove you. Because trust me, some of the big people in the government, they're here inside the whole thing here. I can say that for fact. Because we've seen it over and over again. The government officials, some of them are benefiting from this thing, even down to some of the lawmakers, down to the executive branch, some of them here inside. Because tell me, what the hell is about this drug business that is always in Liberia? That nobody, no big person has been brought to book. The importers of this drug, they are not brought to book. Only the few little boys that they catch in the street that they will jail. If you go to South Beach, they park out there. What they mayor for? They mayor because he can smoke. But when the question is, where is he getting it from? Here in Europe, all the people that drink drugs, some of them are on prescription. The doctor can take them sometimes and carry them. I got a neighbor right here. He's one of them. They can take and carry to the hospital for a few weeks.
So, Linford,
yeah,
you see while sharing, there is a beautiful young girl who's sitting now in the nice dress attire. Look on your left hand side, the right hand side of the screen. The drugs got her so much, and this is the future of Liberia right there. This is the future. The thing the drugs doing to the young children. This is what you see. From a pretty beautiful child to now a complete junkie. It's all over the country. I mean, the country in a mess.
People taking it for fun.
Yeah.
And trust me, people taking it for fun, Paul, but maybe the government, they don't know the effect of this thing. Where you have an entire population of criminals. Sooner or later, you will need more people in the police, you will need more people in the army to combat these people. And yes, my wife comes from the Philippines. The last time I checked their population, an island, country, the archipelago, group of islands, some of the islands so small, the whole island is small, the whole island, and people living there. They got 7,100 islands to make up the archipelago called Philippines. Guess their population, the last time I checked it, they were 101 million. So right now, that was a few years ago, they might be maybe 102 or 103 million. That's a country where one person can born 16, 17, 18, 19 children. I saw a taxi driver who said, I only have 19, I only have 14 children. So you say, yeah, because my friend get 19. Can you imagine? So, but tell me, they had their drug problem, and they got a president who was very tough. Now, he's no more president. He's called Rodrigo Duterte. If you all heard about Rodrigo Duterte, this is a man who declared war. Sorry, let me plug my computer. This is a man who declared war on drugs. And he was killing 500, 600 people, 1,000 people every day in that country. His first 4 months, the man killed more than 10,000 people. I'm telling you a little story. Everybody read it. Everybody think about it. If you think large, just go online and Google Rodrigo Duterte's war on drugs in the Philippines. See how many people they will go to a prison company, collect people from inside the jail, and kill all of them. Because they say if you put them outside, they'll go do the same drug. And you know what? That drug thing, it cooled down. Well, the man, he was not going for small people. There was this rich guy who was on a yacht. They raided him, killed him and his wife when they entered the yacht. For those of you who don't know, a yacht is small boat, stylish boat. When they entered that yacht, can't see what they collected. The man was acting like a normal man. You only see, he enjoying himself. But somebody gave info on him. When they raided him, they killed him and went right in the yacht. When they entered that yacht, can't see what they got. So to fight drug, yeah, it's true. Toby, you follow the story. To fight drug, you gotta be strong. Now, I'm not saying that the security people like Russia should go and start killing people. No. You don't have to kill people. We don't have the population like the Philippines. We don't have the population for the people. So what you do, the few people will get, and not don't go behind these little boys in the street, on Central Street. look for the root of the, when you catch them, the guy who are living lucrative life, because he's making our citizens to die. Because they are his customer. There he got money and he live lucrative life. Why he intentionally, the doctor gave him somebody little injection to die, because they pay him to do that and he enjoy watch somebody die. When you grab those people, put them in high prison with high level. And you don't need to kill them. When they do that, trust me, Paul, nobody wants to suffer, especially men who are being enjoyed before does not want to suffer. You grab suffering people like, we used to it already. But men who are enjoying is scared to suffer. So if the government can institute tougher measures like what AB is doing, AB start with your own people for a root the bad apples out, and now when the good one remain there, then you'll go after the people and see what will happen to
if the justice system can come up with a bad jail sentence for people that will be caught and be convicted for this, I think it would deter a lot of people. So if he's sending somebody to 30-year life imprisonment for drugs, people will stop selling drugs to our children. It's a bad thing. If you have seen drugs out of the way they live, I mean, go Holland. The people have to go to the central station in Amsterdam and carry drugs every day to take it, syringe and inject people.
Yes, that's what they do in the Western world. So the moment, when they know you are on that thing, the Western world, like Norway, when they know you are on that thing, I said, I got a neighbor right here. Every time, right now, you're in the hospital since the April something, because somebody brought gift for him, they hang it to the door, it's still hanging there. Now, this person, they will take him all the time and go, and they keep him on the drug, because then his tension will cool down. Imagine smoking, the person can come outside and smoke more than 10 times a night. Early morning when I wake up to go to work, I find person who can tell me how the weather look, because now I open my door, the guy outside, he can tell me the weather, it will be cold today. Can you imagine? So, but we do not have the kind of facilities in Liberia. So what do you expect a lazy Zogo to do? You will run behind somebody, pick your pocket, check your bag, and go, because they need to support this thing. We hope AB Kruma and his crew will do well, and it's just our little advice. But Paul, what next you got for us up?
Something. It just now I saw this on Front Page Africa. This is the central bank is coming up with the new bank notes by May 15. So they're getting rid of the old bank notes. So if those of you in Liberia that are keeping your money under the bed or something that rat can reach to, I think it's about time that you start getting ready for the new note. If not, at some point you won't be able to use the new note. So that's the display of the new currency that they bring in. So they call it Series 1 and Series 2 and Series 3. So Series 1 and 2 getting all of the radar now, they bring in the new series in. So by the time you get to Liberia in July, those are going for July 26th, you're going to meet new currency. So the old currency, they're going to completely destroy it. So I just want to put that in. That's what in the Front Page Africa.
Okay, that's good. And when I was in Liberia 2016, I made mistakes on Liberia. That left my pocket, bro. Yeah, that one by from 2016, I think going a long time.
You know, putting this on the thing, burning my heart bad way, because I got some Liberia currency with me here. I was thinking when I get to the airport, I will go to the police. Nah,
go, forget it, brother. but Paul, let me ask this question before we go to the next people. Why is it that they always changing our money? Almost every government account can change money for far time. Don't you think there's some sinister motive? Because by the time they change their money here, the first thing is the citizen, the people, Liberia, that's from the control. The citizens do not even know how much money is circulating. They got no record. Even the central bank there, they ain't got record. They don't want printing the money, they don't want putting it out. They don't need people who know how much they put in or how much they're drawing. So don't you think there is some foul play here where they say, let's print new money, fool the people, you bring all the old money, they print the money, they pull it out.
Lefa, you strike a point here. There is a foul play, but it's good. They're printing it now because usually they wait for election time that where they can print money. And when they print
wait. Don't say that one. You say if they printing it now. Who told you say they will not print some before election or just election?
So now because the election, this is what they've been doing. They wait for election to print money. And the only time you see new money when politicians start going to community. But now there's no election until 2029. So if they're printing the money now, that's good for the country. So what if
wait, I got a different side. I disagree with you on the way. You know what they're doing now? They put tricky. Yeah. Let me tell you. remember your president now, your current president, he has been in government for 45 years, more than going to 50 years now. And then he's at the top there. So, so let me hit on you small. They may know all the tricking again. They may say, look, they all the money that we are in print there. You don't print our own new money, we'll move it. And you know what they're going to do? They're going to devalue job we are their money. Then their money will be higher than it. Then they'll take all the extra value and then keep it for themselves.
No. They're getting their old money out of the market. They're taking everything out. Out. They will spread those money.
What is the value of the old money that you know?
The value is still there, so the new one is still the same value.
That estimate how much you think we got in circulation?
In circulation, but man, nobody can tell because when anyone leaving, she print that money, the old money they get added on it. Then
so you get my idea. You get my point. My point here is.
Listen now, they're getting rid of Series 1 that were adding Series 2 that we are. So Series 3 now, that will be Joseph Boyka owner money coming into place, although his photo will not be on it. So the series, so get this right, Series 1 that Ellen, 2 that we are, 3 that Boyka owner time.
Okay. Now, I think if you give me chance, let me explain my power. I still disagree with you. You know what they're doing? They don't want to know what they're, and then they want printing it. You remember Samuel Twain and his famous mopping exercise? You remember this? Think about it. So what they do is they are the one printing the money, and they are the same people who will draw the money from the market. So the guy print certain amount of money, and then he devalue the old money, and then he made money higher. So what you do is the excess that will remain of that old money, that one are chopping. You know what I mean? But I'm not saying that's what the government is going to do. But I'm just making scenario.
Yeah, so you can't get that scenario on the most experienced transparency and accountability government. You cannot do that.
Okay.
On no circumstances you say, hey. So after May 15, when something happens now, then we'll hold the accountability, the transparency, they will hold it. But now they are the cleanest people on the planet Earth. So let's give it to them. Yeah, and remember,
every time in one country, I've been in Norway for 24 years. We have changed currency one time. In fact, not even all the denomination. That's just because they wanted people to move from the coin thing. Say everybody's going to digital money now. They wanted people to get rid of the coin thing. So what they did, they printed a few of the coins, and then that was just a small amount. Then they took the other one for souvenir. So right now, if I tell you, I have not seen paper money for I don't know how long. Yeah, because everything on card. And I remember, let me share a quick story with you. I used to work in a hotel. So one time, our boss said we should change all the furniture in the hotel, right? So then one of the fully picking, I checking one chair, my man picking from plenty of money. So all of us start checking the chair there in the sofa. But then before enough money because everybody was using coins. For a lot of money, paper money, coins. But this time, you check, you can't find one coin anywhere. I said, we should find money in the street when the men get drunk. But you can't find money anywhere because everything on the paper now. I mean, everything on the card, on the bank card, to the point where I don't even need to get bank card. I just put on my phone. I can pay in the store with my phone anywhere. I can pay. So you see, but Liberia every year, every government kind of change money 2-3 times. Something there. I said something there. That you say nothing there, but me, I said something there.
No, I would say in the past something, but now we have a government that came up with.
That is very clean.
Very clean, transparency, accountability. Although my uncle refused to show what's in his declaration, the access declaration, we have yet to see whether he came with 3 cents or 1 cent. We know, but the government have been classed as transparency and accountability. This is the government. So the printing of the new money, they're not going to do anything funny here. It's all about it have to be legit. So watch and see. And in pretty soon, maybe the value of that money will be 1-to-1 with the US dollars, because we know that the US dollar now, because of the BRICS currency, the US dollar is going to struggle. So Liberian dollar and the US dollar could be neck to neck. So watch this. So do not despise my new government and don't talk anything bad about my new government. The new currency that's coming, let me put this up. For those in Liberia, watch out for the new currency is coming. It's set to be out on the 15th of May 2024. So if you have your old currency with you wherever you are in the world, please send it by somebody when you go to Liberia. Yeah, they use it now because the new currency coming soon, very soon. With few weeks from now, we'll have the new currency. So I'm regretting nobody going to Liberia for me to send mine. It's stuck with me. So yeah. So let's
Yeah,
get
keep it as souvenir. I got my own as souvenir too.
yeah, maybe
You
I
know,
think I will laminate it and put it somewhere. Say for years to come. Tell
put
my
it in one small
grandchildren.
frame,
Yeah,
in one small glass frame where you can always make reference to.
yeah, that was the Liberian currency. So
But
Linford, yeah,
let's move on, guys. Welcome. This is the Bottom Line Liberia. If you get joining us, this is where we discuss the issues. And Evelyn Vetlin Mazuz, Evelyn Vetlin Mazuz. Wow, this is a strange name. But welcome. This is the Bottom Line Liberia. We are a European-based platform. But we are Liberians and we do discuss the issues about Liberia. We give our analysis. We may not be right. We are not wrong either. It's just exactly what we feel about it. We respect everybody here. So all of you who following us tonight, help us to share the show. And we'll be back here next Friday. Coming Friday, we'll be back here. Today is Tuesday. We'll be back here on Friday. So you can also join us. Yeah, Paul, what's next on the table? Your currency thing, I agree with. Okay, so guys, like we told you earlier on, but Paul, I want you to take down this one and let's play the video. Then later on we can bring it back to packing. So we're going to play this video. Recently there was some fracas, some confusion in a particular place in Grand Cape County called Kinjor. I've been to Kinjor about a very long time ago, long time before the war, long time before. And we didn't even know there was gold. But this gold mining community called Bea Mountain Mining Community, BMMC for short, has been operating in the area for some time now. I think from Ellington until now. And this company has always had some problems with the workers. Either the workers are accusing the company of not doing much to honor their side of the contract because, when these concessions come, they sign contract with our government, there are certain things laid out in the contract that you, the concession company, will have to do for the citizens, for the people that there, and even workers that come from other parts of the country to come work there, you need to do certain things for them. Among which are like you got to build schools, you got to better their living condition, other housing, or drinking water, or improve their roads, or train the staff, and a lot of things are in those concession agreements. But most often, these companies will not honor it. If you go to my own county, Bon County, Nima, and Grand Bassa County, you have Lanco that operated there from the early 1960s or the late 1950s until all the way to the war time, 1990. Lanco did not do much. If you come from Saniquil, a small piece of road which is less than 100 kilometers from Saniquil to what you call it, Yekepa, Limani area, it was not paid for all the years. Lanco was there. And that should have been in a contract, but nobody knows what happened. When you ask people, they say Lanco paid the money, some people ate it. So, these companies come and they sign this contract, nothing can happen. Firestone have been in Liberia from 1927 with 99 years contract, which was extended by adding also spending over 100 years. Go to Firestone. I lay Firestone during the wartime. We operated in Habel. I travel around the entire plantation. It's a whole county. And Firestone, if you go to places like Division 38, people living in mud house, where only your hair can fit through the window. Mud house, one room, you enter, you come out. Okay? And these are people who are operating, working for that company. So, so the people of Kinjor and this or BMMC have been having all the problem all the time. And the latest one led to the deaths, the reported death of some people, at least 2 persons that we heard of, and a team from the government went there, including the labor minister and the government spokesman, Minister Jeremy Pia. So, but the workers said they are not satisfied. The way the government has been moving since the thing happened. 2 other citizens died. And then the promises that the government made when they went there, they are not honoring it. So they say they have given the government 72 hours ultimatum. And that ultimatum should be either today or maybe tomorrow. But they said 72 days, which would be like roughly 3 days. So we want to listen to them, what they have to say, and what happened, and who went wrong, why they want to give the government 72 days ultimatum. So let's hear what they have to say from their own mouths.
In the labor council, he went on to lecture about responsible government and student government. Mr. Minister, the people of Cape Mountain and the workers of BMMC are mourning the tragic loss of 3 young Liberian residents and are saddened that their government torn away from them. Since February 28, 2024, our emotional wound and injuries from police brutality etches. Liberians are being treated as second-class citizens in this country and by their government. The interest in profit-making agreed populations of Liberia who believe that their votes in recent general and presidential elections were going to make a difference in their life today. 3 Liberians died from the government bullet fired by state securities in the protections of BMMC against protesting citizens. IT honor the authority of Article 17 of the Constitution of Liberia for their rights. It has been taking the government of Liberia nearly a month to interministerial committee to investigate our petition. And West, the government spokesman, Jeremy Pia, dared to bring petition in West. The government spokesperson, Jeremy Pia, dared to bring protest as anti-investment. We wonder what Minister Pia has to say after that the Ministry of Labor has done so far. We wonder how Minister Pia thinks we were successful at beating 133 years of one-party rule in Liberia in 46 registered political parties today. Minister Party, you are directly benefiting from protest. Stop denigrating it because it is seeking to bring project benefits to project-affected communities, workers, and their dependents, family members in Cape Mountain County. A responsible government investigate before it make a public statement. The public utterances by Minister Pia and the Police Inspector General Gregory Comer on the day of Kinjor massacre were infantile and distinguishable from practices of bad and irresponsible government. The government is transparency and accountability. Why is the killing of 3 Liberians exercising their constitutional right not investigated up to now? Where is the police that was allegedly killed? And where is the artisanal arm? RG spokesman spoke about the protester allegedly used. Police cover-up is a crime. Grand Cape Mountain County should never be a practice ground for such a shameful and diabolical act. We lost family members to unprofessional state police officers working for concessionaires against the people they took oath to protect and defend. In fact, what are the state security doing at the BMMC concession when citizens and residents everywhere in Liberia are in much need of safety? The purpose of Wednesday's special conference organized by the government of Liberia spokesman Jeremy Pia for the Minister of Labor is undermined by the initial government pronouncement on the Kinjor massacre. And at the best, the press conference was shared public waste of time and resources by the 2 ministers, including waste of mere hour of work by all the attendants. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, for the last 10 years, Deborah W. Allen and BMMC have been blind to the various forms of labor-related violations and human rights abuses discovered by the ministry team. And this whole special by Speaker Jonathan Fonati Kofa reported as well. All of this happens on the watch of Mr. Deborah Allen as country manager. The people reaffirmed their commitment of a vote of no confidence in the performance deficit of BMMC country manager and demand that he be put away, and our recommendations of Mr. Sando Wayne, a qualified, experienced son of Cape Bound, be welcomed as a sound and reasonable replacement. Based on Mr. Wayne's successful record of private and public service in Liberia and abroad, we are of the strongest conviction that BMMC and Cape Mount will be better served under his leadership. It is time for relief in Cape Town to remind us of the reasons why the government of Liberia lost the Galena territory, once part of Cape Town, to the British in the 18th-20th century. In closing, if we lost freedom here to live and work with benefit consistently with the decent work here, there is no place to escape. We will return to protest in 72 hours. I say this again. If we lost freedom here to live and work with benefit consistent with the Decent Work Act and MDA, there is no place to escape. We will return to protest in 72 hours and stop every movement of supply of BMMC in Kinjor. We will have no choice but to launch Operation Shutdown. BMMC at all locations.
Paul, so this sounds like, face-to-face combat. Paul and I have been in Olago here all the time, and every time we do this thing, somebody will come, or our big brother will come and say, "No, I'm gonna do this thing. I'll judge the case." Our big brother go, you can't judge the case. Then there's me and Paul in the same argument again. So this time now, I draw the line. I say, "Paul, you can't cross here." And that big brother, well, we coming to stop Paul not crossing here. They my line draw. No man can cross it. You cross it. In fact, when we were small, we used to do that thing, right? When you got a man fighting, then the other guy can draw line. See, my man, the man point, the man cross, the man spoil your line, the man point for behind your line. Then you join into it. So the boys are saying, or the people of sorry that I call them boys, but the people of Kinjor in Grand Cayman County are saying, no, they've been going on for a long time. We are a company, we work for the company, we got rights too, because the company in their law or under the Liberian labor law, we got right with the workers. If you follow that video for long, they will tell you what they're supposed to do. They should educate them and whatever during the question and answer period. But the main purpose of playing this video was the ultimatum that these people gave the government, that 72 hours, 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours, that's 3 days.
3 days.
Mm-hmm. So they are saying, after 72 hours, all the promises that the government here made, and they did not only make promises, but Jeremy Pia, who is a deputy information minister, went there to begin to preach to the people what they should do, how they should do this, they should be responsible. The people are saying, no, you did not come here to tell us what to do. You came here as a government official to cool the situation now, but not for you to preach to us. And since then, when they left from there, they made promises. The government now made promises that, oh, we're looking into this thing. If you go further in that video, they say, oh, the people will improve your water condition. And in fact, they are saying that they don't want a country manager who is a Liberian, this Ireland guy. They say they don't want him. They want to replace him with one Sando Win. Okay? And the government said, okay, as of today, because when the government there, that was the promise they made to them. According to the press conference that we just listened to, they said, as of today, Sando Win would, this Ireland guy will not be in the employ of the government of the community anymore. We'll move him. But still, the man is still operating. So the people are saying their key demand that is uncompromisable, they cannot compromise it, is that the one this Ireland got out and replaced by Sano Wayne. Okay, based on his experience. Now, and beside that, there are other things that the landlord, they gave 38 counts. One of them have been met. So they got 37 more. So they are saying they are giving the Braga government 72 hours. If not, if they didn't take any action on their promises, they're going to blockade. They're going to return. The guy said, he repeated again that they are going to return to protest. And this time, they're not just going to protest in the streets. They will make sure that they block all the other little outlets where BMC can bring in their materials, their supplies, and whatever. And if you go deep into this interview, they accuse the company of bringing in foreigners from the border through Sierra Leone that got no work permit. And even when the government delegate were there, they counted 185 of those foreigners. They identified them that they don't have paper. And the government is doing nothing about it. So, Paul, that's what people.
That's my people in Liberia. So Liberia, I told you, we Liberians, we are strange kind of people on the planet Earth. Now, this particular guy that they want him to be removed from the post, if that the Western world, when their whole county put noise behind you, you do the honorable thing to resign. Every time they protest, they keep calling his name. So this guy, he's not in the interest of his own people. So all the dead games, it been passed through him. That's why the people asking him to step aside. But it's Liberia, so we cannot do anything straight over there. And the Bea Mountain thing been going for years, and those guys are raking billions of dollars from that place, and the people are living that deplorable life over there. And because of their own brother who is in charge, the poor people suffering. That's why they want him removed. So this is so serious.
You and I live in Europe. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to, not that I'm condescending or I'm bringing down the Turkish people, but the Turkish people, what they do here, what do they do in Europe? I don't know about
they got kebab shop.
Yeah.
They got kebab shop.
They got kebab shop. These are people who selling bread with ketchup inside, with put small chicken flesh inside and wrap it. What you call shawarma in Liberia. That's what Jordan people do here in Europe. Then few of them go and take huge money from that bank, and then they say the company, they go to Liberia, then they're raking out gold, then you're killing your own citizen, you send military to guard these people. The military should be guarding your people against this. Look, you know, like, Paul, look, sometimes my heart bleeds for Liberia. Depending on, considering how we live here in Europe. Let me tell you people in Liberia. Look, the crazy man in Europe, the wayward man, like what they are people calling Zogo. These people, they respect, the women will respect what kind of people as long as they are white, or your king, or your president. You bring Joe Baka here today. You bring one Zogo from Europe here, they will respect that Zogo more than your president. That's how nationalistic these people are. The people respect their own people more than you. So you take these stupid people, they come to your country, and you respect them more than your people that you will take. Where in the world that you will hear a black man have company in Europe, then the European government will send their police to go guard that black man. They will be beating the black people in the first place. They will close down that business. I had a friend in Bergen. They tell I just
whoa, Linford, why you go Europe? You go all you talking about Europe? West Africa, there, Ghana. Ghana is a clear example. You go try and open business in Ghana. You will open a commercial restaurant, but not any kind of business like that. Ghanaian will be forefront. Something just wrong with us in Liberia.
Thank you for bringing a Ghana thing. I watched a video. Saw that video on Facebook one time where there was this Ghana, I think police or military guy. They are going to inspect some kind of Bawati mining community. They see people. They see white people who go to Africa, they say they get money. I think Chinese group, where they polluting the people water. The guy say, look, effective immediately, close down the whole operation, remove all the heavy equipment, take it out now. And they were driving it out. But our people, they will send police to kill your citizen. So this, I don't know, this is what we talk about, electing people like Joe Bwaka there who live in the past. Joe Bwaka had never lived in Europe. He never lived in America. He never lived anywhere outside among the white people to see how white people treat black people. Okay? I be them. Lean for Agon Gwe. I be them. You made me president for Liberia. No, all the white guys, they'll put a thing in that pot and I'll land them up and I'll tell them exactly what to do. Because I know I hold a master's degree here. People do not respect me. I go to somebody who is in high school graduate sitting there as HR and interviewing me. Some of the terms I'm using, he doesn't even understand. He asking me, so what they want me? But this is the same man who can deny me job, who can tell me, say, oh, I think you overqualified, simply because they don't want to do that. They don't want me to be equivalent to them. So these people, they are not your friends. The people kind of wreck you because they say the general idea. No, I'm in some kind of international chat room. I don't know these people. But if you just post one blind man picture that he had done something good, all the people can do is to bring them down. That somebody post a black cowboy picture. All the people, the next picture you see coming down from all the white people is they made a monkey picture, all kind of thing. Some kind of say child in Africa, that kind of picture they post. And they tell you in argument with them, they say you know AQ. So these people, they base on this thing here and they come in your country and they take your resources while you're sitting there, sending your state police to go and kill your own citizens for that business. How stupid can we be, Liberians? How stupid?
How stupid can we be?
That's a result of keeping people there like Joe Bwaka there as president. Or man who are not lived among the white people. So when you see white men,
calm down. I want to put sand in your gari.
Put it there.
Because the Liberia problem, it never ends. It was the Ellen Johnson, Joseph Numa Barker that signed all the concessions. And I come and play something here. You remember the digging of sand in Liberia? So let me just add this up. Maybe it will just watch this. What I come and put up here. You see this woman? I hope this play. Or I'll send it to you. I hope this play, man. You see the sand? This is a black sand that the Chinese been digging and taking out of Liberia, and there are serious mineral that they take in bags and send it to China and sell for big money. But the people in Liberia, our children selling cold water between cars, they can't go to school because our lawmakers that sign the bad concession, they run the best of cars, they live in air conditioned hall, they don't give a damn about the people that vote there in. This is the problem that Liberia face. You see, the bags are all black sand, and those black sand, there are serious mineral that is sold in the West. The Chinese taking it out. They say they digging sand, and part of the digging of this sand, it dig diamonds and take it out of Liberia. Who signed it? It was Joseph Barker and Eddie Johnson that brought the Chinese in and gave them the same money. These are the very people that have come back again. Nothing good from them, and then they say they came to rescue the country. That Bea Mountain thing, it didn't come from Weirton, it came from the early time. So it's just them. Yeah. I mean, there is just a complete mess in our country. And you see, the reason why I said Ghana, the Ghanaians are so nationalist. Anything Ghana, any good thing from Africa, it must be a Ghanaian. Our former president, because he came upon the Ghanaian, say, oh, you're Ghanaian. Only in Liberia, we don't love ourselves. And that is the fact. If you take Liberia now,
Toby Wilson is making sense here. He said, go to China and see whether they can think are happening there. They can't.
Exactly.
You just struck a very important point. I will give you one short story as well. 2014, I was in Liberia, right? The last time I left from there was 2016. But 2014, my father probably he knew you were going to die, so he'd been calling, come, let's talk. So I went there 2014. The scene, just about the same time, the last time I was there, that 2014 was. The last time I did that 2014 was April the 6th. That was on a Sunday. I left from there. I left from in Nigeria. I came to Montreal, then I came. So when I got to my village, right, there was this newly constructed building. Nobody had moved in. And they had eight Chinese guys who were living there. So the town has expanded. From the town out there, when I went by the town, had gone all to the football field. Then in the morning, I saw somebody who looked like women from a distance. So I checked. I said, "But if you I expect they're gonna people to be there." I said, "But I saw somebody like women." They say they're Chinese people. I said, "What are you doing here?" They say the superintendent of Bon County at that time, Esther or something. that extra woman. She the one carry the people through the clan chief, and then they went. They say the people should go and do some prospecting in our town. So all the little creeks in the bush, they were there digging. They had a small jars, putting the sample inside and sealing it with Chinese writing on it. And they will take the young boys in the town to lead them because they didn't know the bush. So that's what they were doing. They've been doing it for more than 4 or 5 months. So when I got there, I said, but what is Chinese people doing here? They said, oh, the people, they can go in the bush every day. Then they dig some sand from the water and all over the place. Then they put it, I said, but who sent it here? Then they said, oh, the superintendent brought them, and then they brought them to the clan chief, and then the clan chief brought them here, they just put them here, so we had to get it out of Pano Hall. I said, well, so the thing they're thinking, who knew about it? My father was still living. He said, oh, they put thing, don't put your mother there because the superintendent brought it, people, me, I want trouble, you're not living here. I said, Papa, hold on. You different. The blood in you, when they caught you, and now you will feel it. When they call me, and now you will feel it, listen. When they jail me, listen. So I walked to the Chinese guy, I said, hey, good morning, what are you doing here? They can't speak English. No, nothing helped me more than that thing. The men can't speak English. All the things they're digging, nobody know. They read in the Chinese, and they're not throwing it away, they put it in the jar. So I asked the touch you know, the writing on the thing, you know what people going to say, but even me, I've been thinking about it, but what can we say? Because the superintendent brother here. Who the hell told the superintendent to care to my town? The superintendent not from my town. See, so Liberia, we are just some stupid set of people. Sorry that we use some of these words sometimes, but you know, you get to our nerves. And then you sit in Liberia, you say, oh, people from the diaspora cannot come and get jobs because they get citizenship from other countries. Hell, what we know, what we have learned, what we have seen, you are not seeing it. No, you cannot. Yes, some Liberian here telling you that you cannot go to China and do that. China, these are people who are overpopulated. They're looking for jobs for that people. In the same way, you see in Liberia, you're here NGO. Something like NGO can take away people and bring them to Liberia to be your boss. Even you educate them more than that. The people they bring in, they know nothing. That people who cannot get a job here, they look for job for them in Africa because they believe that you get low IQ. So they bring that stupid people to lead you. Okay? So these people, when they can't treat them like your equals, or even treat them like they are subordinate to you, let them report to you. You are on the ground. We try to educate you why you can't get this sense. You're in government. You get one special group of people that come and start digging your sand to carry. You don't question them because they get small change. The same stupid in your day with Ellen Johnson. Ellen Johnson, of all person, who's supposed to be this Nobel laureate, who's supposed to be this woman that go with IMF, who's supposed to be this very smart woman. You go sign contract with Maersk. Maersk. Those of you who know about Continental, you see Continental with M-A-R-S-K, Maersk. Eh? They don't want under APN terminal. Those people being in a continuous funding for more than 100 years. They know all the experience. They can sign 25-year contract with you for $25 million. Yeah, that money they can make one day. 25 million, they can make it one day. They're from one of their ships. In fact, they were having between 2020 to 2015, they were having the largest container ship called Maersk. In fact, I think Evergreen just overtook them. The largest container ship. So when they loaded from China before they reached Norway or anywhere in Germany, they now made 25 million. Before they reached America, they now made more than 50 million. They only returned with me another 50 million. They get 100 million. Why they gave you 25 million for all 25 years? They can decide why you should carry. Yeah. Can you imagine? So where are we? Where are we?
We love ourselves. Liberians don't love Liberians. And this is the fact. If you see, when we're small, I don't know what are the kids they do. When we used to play allegiance to flag before we go to class.
Yeah.
That time. To make us, it just tell you how Liberia we're not nationalists. I'm being honest on this. When we're small, before the war, the Liberians, you could hear, Congo people travel, right?
Yeah.
But we were kind of cool with everything in Liberia.
Yeah.
That when even if you walking around a bypass, by 6 o'clock, they bringing the flag down. You will stand. That discipline was in you. You salute the flag coming down. So that discipline was in us. But this war generation is not there. And the people, the wartime group is only about their pocket. They just don't care. Now,
Paul, I'll tell you something.
So before let me let then come out the whole thing that really annoys me. Go Liberians today. America say everybody in Liberia move to America. You'll not find one person in Liberia. Because they hate Liberia so much, they'll be on their way to America. This is the Liberia talking about. We do not love Liberia. It's because bunch of greedy set of people that they put in power, get them to suffer, then do the same old thing over and over. To the Lebanese people, I'll tell you something. They come to Liberia with just a little rock salt, and overnight they become millionaires. The very Liberian government, Liberian banks will give them huge loan. And what they do, they go import rice and bring it and sell it. You can't do that. To just send for this is the sadness of Liberia. We just don't love Liberia. And that's
you talk about Lebanese people. What are the Arab people? What do they do? Are they not selling what we call African soap?
That's what I'm telling you. So you gave them loan over your
I remember when you and I was small. You remember the Lebanese man choke the straw buffer, carry and kill him?
Yes. And he ran away. They let him out.
And you know the Lebanese people you get like bro, that is selling your land to. You know there are refugees, that people who in their home in their country, they are homeless. There are people who live in the street. Look, like bro, that country score. Look, it will take God to come down. It will take God to come down. And even if God come down, we say they respect honor. Look, we poor. We see nothing here. You and I, our generation, who gets more sense, plus the present group of people who say the income and at least we get more sense from the past. We are like this. So compare now to the generation, the cool generation that will be coming in the next 10, 20 years.
Oh my God.
The foreigner will like, trust me, they think I'm telling you. They think I'm telling you. People will take over that country. We will be slave for them. Liberia will be the
before you late.
Go back to slavery.
You late. Every corner you pass in Liberia, every corner, the whole country, that Jalo feeding the people, bread and butter, every corner. People live on Jalo for breakfast. I'm being honest here. If our viewer, every corner you pass, that Jalo shop, bread and butter, mayonnaise, and tea. That's what. So we Liberians can cook, and they live on Jalo. So when you say foreigner will take over, the Nigerians already in a place. They full. Just they're liberating and just do me headache. What's wrong with us?
To the point where you even have a president who George Weah, who wanted to appoint this Nwabudike to be the election commission chairman. No, and you see, I got a lot of Nigerian friends who live in Liberia who on Facebook even taking part in our politics actively. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Simply because they support any government that can, because they use the government to make the draw deal. All the draws we're talking about, the Nigerian bringing it, all the baba thing I can't live Liberia. If I live Liberia, I'll be in trouble every day. I'm telling you something, because I would not take some of the things that happen in our country. And I don't know why God can give some of the opportunity. If I don't make it to, if I was to become president of Liberia, brother, I ain't got to be president. Something like minister. No, the ministry I'll take over, it will be problem. I'm telling you something, because I will streamline. I will make sure that things, all the foreigners who got in our country. I'm a foreigner. I live in a foreign country. I know how the people treat me. I know how they treat our color. That's why when I was in Africa, I didn't know anything about racism. I didn't know the difference between white or black. We're all white people. Because I went to school with white children. Okay, I went to Hayward Mission School. We have white children in ACS. We used to play basketball game together every day. Some of them will come to our school for 1 week. We go to ACS for 1 week, just for orientation and thing. So I didn't know about even when it comes to Muslim thing. I had a lot of Muslim friends. We used to go. They used to come. We go to church. We go to when the breaking fast. We go there. We eat. So I didn't know. I grew up in the Papa. I didn't know about anything about segregation. But since living in women country, then I got to know that we are different kind of people. So I've learned some of these things, and we got to live, and because that's a reality, we got to live it. You got Lebanese people. controlling your economy, that is selling even cold water. No, they store on it's on girl, it's a girly street, or Sogna Street. It's called they sell a furniture thing in them. I know Tico or Gateco or something. The man married Basel one. So what he did, he registered all that whole thing. His daughter had night. I mean, the man had anything. And full center nightclub because I library business. Like no library so make it. He had it behind Gateco or what do you call it? I think Gateco. So he named it after his daughter because he married a library woman and they born. So he named it after a child. And they control that, which is a library business. And that's all they do. So we used to go there all the time until one day I was tempted to ask. I asked the only guy got mad with me. He said, why I asked that kind of question? I said, but who get it play? I said, because I'm a journalist. I just want to know. He said, no, you don't do your journalism job yet. All my men over me, so my man, we can kind of make a give us more nothing, don't can spoil business. See the kind of life we live in. We're gonna put life. So Paul, let's move on, man. No,
let's move on. But I just want to close on a note because Liberians, something wrong with us. You see, when you have learned and people go to serve their people, like what you are saying, say if you leave Norway to go serve Liberia, some of the things will happen. We have people that have lived among the Indians, the whites, the Chinese. They see the wrong. They come to Liberia and say, we can change this country. The Liberians will say, no, you don't get governmental experience.
Yeah, you came here, you met us here.
You met us here. Now, I'll tell you something. Me, I never worked before in Liberia. Never, ever. And I will, by God's willing, I want to go for holiday or I'll have my own corner shop. My friend told me something. You know, back in the days, they used to have the thing called vacation job.
Yeah.
You know, vacation job?
I worked one time in 1981.
Yeah, so he had just graduated from St. Patrick. And then his first job he had was Ministry of Finance. And he explained the story, say at that particular ministry, if the minister will issue check, what he will do, it will be 3 persons to sign. And in that one office, there are about 5 of them. They go to work, sit down, one piece of paper, one of them have to sign. By 4 o'clock, they finish, start 8 and finish 4. That is Liberian government experience right there. And there's somebody like you that have worked and come the way people do things and you won't go home. They will tell you, say, oh, but they may not understand government well because you never work in government. Yeah, he go honor the people who just there to sign paper with no reasoning why they signing paper. Yet they train him how to sign paper. And why am I bringing this story up? The past election, you have Dr. Mova. I give you example. You had a serial woman. You had Alexander Cummings, right? And you had Taiwan. And these very people decided, say, no, these people, they're not good for the country. They see all people that sign the bad concessions that get us suffering today. They have the experience. Let's bring them back, yet and sign more so we can suffer more. So when I said Liberia, something fundamentally wrong with us, this is the point I give. How can you be so naive? You suffer in the past, you come out and do the same old stupid thing, and you expect some sort of change. This is where we are. And I'm being honest. Only by God's intervention and miracle that something will happen in Liberia because something just wrong with us. We just don't have good people. I'm being honest. This is
you bring in your Gabriel today. You bring in your Michael, even Jesus himself. I'm not taking the Lord's name in vain. You bring them, they come and some all the Liberian people and say, look, you gotta change, you gotta do things this way. They'll say, Papa Jesus, go back to the place where you come from. You put oil. We used to go back. Yeah, we don't want to know what we want. Go back. No, but to the point where, there is this drama about Dubai love. You heard about Dubai love before? How do I get beat me? Oh, let do I get beat me? Every day do I drag me? Let do I? That either. These people, Liberians, sometimes I sit down to think about. Look, every time I go Liberia, since 1999, I came here. I've gone to Liberia 2008. For the very first time, I went to Liberia in 2014. After 14 years, Paul, I will tell you the fact. It took me 3-4 days. Even in my own family, I was stopping at my brother's house. It took me 3 to 4 days to understand how the people think, how they talk, how they act. I was like, they're in movie. I was sitting so now when they're talking or when they're acting, I look at it. How they, they don't make sense. Then I start to ask myself, is this the way we all used to think when we were here? Not that they're stupid, they're not stupid, but that's something they used to. And it had to convince them. The people during the going election, my own brothers, they are all of voting age, brothers and sisters. Then they will ask me, what is supporting coming for? I explained to them, I gave me some comments platform. I said, but what is supporting GMB for? They say, because I met all the 201. Yeah. They're not looking at platform, but because all the people say they want him, that the people say, the people here, they say that only the men they know people that come in there. So that the men will go for, because the people say that the men they know. That some person will think that. And I see people right after election. My own brother, I'm going far, I'm going outside. I see my own brothers, they listen to me here. Then some of them can probably, and I used to, I look at him and laugh. I said, okay. And I say myself, and I used to me. I leave you by living in your home. Me, I live where my home. When you get hungry, you can go to our other sister and brother, then how you eat there. Go to our internet, but me, I ain't get nobody there. So, and I say myself, honestly. So, what kind of people? And guess what? 2029. If JMB was still strong enough to say you want to run, they will still run for him. If we are come back, they will still go for him.
Oh, by the way, Wea is coming back. You are right the last time. So it has been confirmed by the party chairman that Wea will be on a ballot come 2029. He said it, yes. He said it yesterday, last night on closing argument.
I listened to him.
Wea will be on a ballot 2029.
So ask yourself, the same people will go stay on life for Wea.
Yeah.
And but these are the same people who rejected Wea for Bwakao, but they'll go back again for Wea. So now when you say we are not normal people, I can say, oh, Paul, don't say that. But again, I tend to agree with you. Something must be wrong. That is it true that the women say Africans get low IQ, especially Liberians? If anybody will get low IQ, it shouldn't be us, because our eye open on the Americans. So what's wrong with us? The American right there, America did not abandon all to say American king after they brought the free slave, they left or they went. The people right there.
Look, something wrong with us. Leave for something wrong with us. I tell you why something wrong with us.
Why?
You know, this America today, that Liberia, what in Liberia that America is getting so much from Liberia? Nothing. But the reason why they stuck with Liberia, you get a British colonist there. You have the French. Liberia is the only country that have that link with America.
Yeah, in the whole of Africa.
That's why they stuck with us. And guess what? People living from America, they want to migrate to Africa. Guess where they go? They're going to a British colony.
Yeah, because
in Liberia, we are so some kind of way. I don't know, we're so stupid that we were talking about the ecotourism, that you can attract Americans because they have the link to Liberia. But now we don't, because we refuse to do the right thing. The Ghanaians, the Nigerians, those from Gambia, they're fast speaking English country in West Africa. They benefit in Sierra Leone. Liberia is nowhere. If you look, I went to an office to work. I'll tell you this. When a Ghanaian or Nigerian speak, they'll say, oh, he's from Africa. When I started speaking, the guys were wondering what country I came from. So the English guy put me aside. Say, are you from the Caribbean? So I laughed. Said, no, I just laughed. Said, oh, yes, I'm from Barbados. He said, yes, I thought so. I said, no, I'm just kidding. I'm from Liberia. He said, where is that? I said, West Africa. He said, if you didn't say, I wouldn't have known. I thought you came from the Caribbean. So it just tells you the the kind of language that we use is linked with that people on our side. But based on our own stupidity, because of our own greed, we don't do the right thing. That's why I say we're not normal people. 5 million people with that kind of country that everybody's supposed to benefit. You get all of these guys doing some silly things because of their own personal greed. Go see. Darren Taylor, Yumley, all these people.
No, but
It's what about their greed? That's just.
I told you earlier on that the now generation was struggling with the cool thing is even better.
Then the
It's
group
better than what we expect in the next 10, 15 years. So anybody can amass wealth. All the people who are getting rich now, politicians who are sitting and getting rich, they will be at more risk. Because when you have the entire country drug infested, where they're breaking in homes, no matter how much you kill, or whatever you do, what security measures you put in place, the security side will be overwhelmed. They will be at risk. You poor boy, you live in the Zinsha, you think the Zogo get kind of country of Zinsha, they consider it to be one of them. But no one who get a big fence, they don't want to be stuck up in that fence because they cannot come outside. So they're failing to educate the people now because they think that if you keep them in poverty, if you keep them uneducated, then you can ride over them. So they will be at risk. Why you think, I live in Norway. I have not seen any house in fence here. Concrete fence.
No.
They only got a small wire fence because they got door. They want the door to turn over the wire fence. Or to at least
where you are growing up, and now what we saw, there was no.
Yeah.
It was just you want to see somebody built it, the money they work for. You see the little house, they build, they put small little flower garden around it.
Yeah, but like Bruna, they bury all the horses with fence. You can see.
Yeah, but when you see they put money, you got to bury yourself inside.
You see it? So they will be at risk. And they think they're doing the best thing. They can get rich. At least me, I know by the grace of God, I'll be eating until I die. My small thing will be coming until I die. I get it. I'm sure of it. But they will get in rich at the risk or at the detriment of the people or at the disadvantage of the people. They are the one who will be in trouble tomorrow with the generation that they are impoverishing. Because if you impoverish the people, if they can't get what they need, the education they need to live by themselves, you have more drug people, you have more criminals than you can handle. And for me, like I said, I thank God where I am. Even if I'm 60, 80, 90, 100 years old, I will still be able to drink water. My children will be able to take care of me. But you in Liberia, who's stealing our money and thinking you're living now, my friend, you'll be living in hell because these people you're neglecting today, they will be tormenting you. They will be the thorn in your flesh. They will be the one to make you to be afraid of your own shadow. When you're walking, you see your own shadow, you run away from it. Yeah. And that's a fact. But people who are looking back now. And one old man told me, say the medicine that will save a child, it can be better than more. But the one that will kill them, it can be sweet than more. So now what are they doing now?
Yeah. But history tells us that our people refuse to learn. They can steal money and build BB houses. We know that Tonman found in Turota.
Yeah, but I told you the Tonman story. I got Tonman eating plate.
And that grass growing on it. They Tonman on the house. So our people, they just refuse to learn. The thing is, I'll tell you something. And before we close up, when I was 2021 when I went to Russia. That time was the USSR. And the history teacher that I met, what they did, because the way the they do their teaching is simple. Where you have, when we meet up, about 200 students, right? We'll meet in a theater. The lecturer, he will lecture us on a particular subject. Now, that 200 students is broken down into 10, 12 in the small group. So in our class, we have about 10 students. And then each of those 10 students, you get 1 hour, 2 hours with the teacher. You got to interact. So nothing passed by you. So you got to learn something before you leave. So if you're doing mathematical equation and they introduce something that say calculus, The teacher will give example. Each of the students will solve one problem each on the blackboard to say that they understand what had been taught. So the history teacher came in the class. We introduced ourselves, which country it come from. When I said Liberia, the guy said vote. It means yes. It's like you are looking for somebody. He said Liberia, small country. And that time Liberia were 1.5 million people before the war. And he said this small country called Liberia, very rich in everything. The people are suffering. And then he started linking the how Russia became superpower. And when he said that, he said, look, the whole world had put sanction on Russia at the time. So they said, whoa, hell no. If they put sanction on, we'll do it. So they started, it was just about the time of the Industrial Revolution. The Russians started manufacturing their own cars. The next thing, they were thinking about sending somebody to space that the outside world didn't know about. You see? And he gave examples, said, since the Industrial Revolution, that's where people got ideas from. And we were 1.5 million people at the time. This, when I went to Russia, it was 1988, beginning, that was the time. So he's telling me that, look, if Liberia put their act together, every citizen in Liberia can live better by not living Liberia because we have so much wealth. But to our greedy people, our greedy hunters in Liberia that only care about themselves, they get a whole nation to perish. This is why Liberia it is. We should be far, far better. Up to now, the resources we get with 5 million people, every Liberia should be proud when they finish high school, they all be going into their own flat by a good government. But it's just not there. We are just useless set of people. Sorry for my language. I'm so pissed off my own country.
Well, if you have ears, you will hear. If you have eyes, you will see. And that is a biblical quotation. Jesus said, those who have ears, let them hear, and those who have eyes, let them see. We'll sit down here and talk. We'll tell you the facts. If you like it, fine. If you don't like it, fine. If you want to put into practice, fine. And I'm talking to our leaders because government is like a big house in a town. Everybody takes care of that house. Everybody will brush the grass around it, paint it, take care of it, the roof so it can leak. But everybody cannot go inside. This is a definition of government that I got from Milton TSG a long, long time ago, almost 30 years ago. So the few people who we feel can represent us in the town, we send them in that house. They are there to make a decision for us. But if they make good decision, we always live good. If they make bad decision, we always feel it. So who the leaders that we elect, when you go there, you're supposed to look for our interest as citizens of the country. And this is why we sit down here and talk some of these things. And those of us who got experience living outside, when we talk, when we think about what happens in our country, and we're talking, it can really, really get to our soul. I mean, that my country will be rich in, they know we are living where they get nothing, zero. The only thing they get, Norway was one of the poorest country. In fact, modern day slavery, we talk about in the 1950s, they were slave for Sweden. In 1940, 30, they were with Denmark. They went to Sweden. Sweden used them to make farm, their potato farm thing. They send them back to Denmark. The Danish people took over. In fact, the king we get now, he come from Denmark. The family come from Denmark. The king we get now. Because during the World War II, their king ran away, went England, he died there. So after the war, when they came back, they were not having king. They had to go to the royal family in Denmark to borrow king. So they made a king, a Danish king. They were slave for the Danish. And the Danish people regretting now, even the Swedish people regretting now that they did not hold on to Norway. You see it? You know how Norway became rich? They didn't know they had oil. They were one of the poorest countries in the whole Scandinavia. So most of the people left and went to America. Go to Salt Lake City, Utah, Washington State, Minnesota, all the places, coal countries in America. They left from here and went and settled there because they left coal. Because the country was poor. Two things drove them away: poverty, and they had something a big sickness called the Black Death. So they left. The poor people that couldn't make it, something a big sickness kind of like, bro, everybody, the rich people who stealing our money now running away going. Then the poor people can't go anywhere. So they say, well, yes, stay and die. They didn't want to remain here. They didn't want here today. Then luckily for them, in the early 60s, they discovered oil. And when they discovered the oil, what happened? America came, achieved, or Texaco, all the people community came. They say, we want to take all your oil. No, their government said, no. What we want you to do, help us to start drilling. Teach us the technology, how to drill the oil. Teach us the technology, how to build the rigs, the oil rigs. You can build with us for some time and teach us. Then later on, we'll take oil. They didn't say that oil black to the PB countries like America and all the countries, no. But Americans helped them and set the whole thing up. After some time, they took oil. Today, that oil we live on in the country, if nobody buy oil again, we die. All of that hunger because we don't play anything here. That food, every food we eat here, it comes from different country. Anything we eat, it comes beside this stupid pig, then when they're raising, they can kill it, they ship them, and small potato somewhere. I can't eat potato, and I went there. So rice, everything we imported right now, the rice are eating, it comes from Turkey. Okay, so the country, the only oil they living on. Your Liberian people, your discover oil anytime. Where are they? The same oil, your discover the oil, so all the oil black. What kind of people can think this way? You think a Norwegian has sold that oil to America? Today they'll be living. This is the only country on earth where we can't play anything, but everything that human being can eat, whether that root or the sea or whatever, we get it in one mountain, weighing enough. They dug that pit on up, under there, they're freezing it. Because we believe that time to come, maybe 100 years or 200 years from now, the whole world will go with hunger. So we can now start selling the seeds of everything that people can play and eat to other countries so that people will not die. What kind of, you see how the people can think? So when the women tell, we African will get low IQ, will get vexed sometimes. And in our child, I can get very but causing each other whole day. But again, I can say, I know that they're talking, but as a man, I just got to fight back. On behalf of African, we get sense. That is simple sense there. That in fact, African, we don't think about tomorrow, only think about today and our stomach. That's why your leaders in Liberia, they're stealing all the money. You still turn around and vote for them because they give you one t-shirt to wear election time. You're thinking about this. I'm talking to you in the audience, your Liberian people. Put on your thinking cap. Your life is not getting better. The people you keep voting, their children, they're living in America, you're living in Liberia. When you will learn your senses, your grab 13 people and put on the pole and kill them, you said they were corrupt. What about the new people? Why you can't grab them and put on the pole and kill them? They are even more corrupt than the people they kill. When the Congo people were in power, the Congo people, they made most of them. I was from Melton. I was from Melton. Okay? The late Internal Affairs Minister at that time was Secretary of Interior Affairs. Okay? Samuel Melton. He sent my uncle where with him. He sent most of us to school. I was from Melton before. The Congo people help us. But how many of those your own country people who stealing your money, how many of them can help you? In that girlfriend children and they help me, in that girlfriend and they help me. That's a fact. You're lucky or not. If you don't like it, you're suffering. If you're lucky, you're still suffering. You're so to put on your thinking cap. You're elect the same group of people over and over. You remain poor, they're getting rich. You think God made you to be poor? You think that's what God made you for? God said, let's make men in our image. And God is not stupid for you to be stupid. You are made in the image of God, Liberians. Why are you the only people in the whole of Africa that you can't think? Tonight, I'm talking to you, Liberians. Like it or not, I know you'll come by here next week on the patronal Liberia. We will tell the fact, and that's a fact. That's a fact. You like it or not, you will learn sense by force. Our heart beat, my heart burns, and when I'm talking this thing, my heart is burning. That I'm even called on Liberian. Why are we like this? Other countries around us are developing. We are the oldest independent republic, as we say. So every small thing I was saying that the war that came. So the war took away your brain?
No, the war didn't take away that brain. It's a choice. We Liberia, we're not normal. And something I'm going to say, even those in the diaspora are supposed to know better. What I mean, supposed to.
But they're Liberians, so they don't know nothing.
Exactly. So you see the stupidity in us. These are the very people.
Where you go by, you say Liberian.
Yeah. These are the very people that identify themselves with criminals to put a group of criminals back in office.
Yeah, because they see, they know the system that when the criminal system, I told you before that For instance, all our educated friends from America, and they go, all of them leaving their job in America to go work for Liberian government because they know that's where they can get rich. We all struggle here, struggle here, struggle here.
This is a funny thing now about the stupidity of us Liberians. Anyone who seems to be, who's supposed to be the most lame people, they are the most stupid people. The Zokos are much better than the lame people in Liberia. I'm seeing this. This guy called Stanton Waterspoon, who Nigerians said, wow, this guy, what he did with the American, Nigerians not even have that brave face to do it. This guy is a notorious criminal. His platform he built by my young brother Ashford Galley that he played on. Today, his platform, all the most educated, call themselves most educated people, they go and sit on that platform because they want Joseph Baka to employ them. So something must be wrong with us that you got to link with criminal before you.
You even talking about people sitting on a platform. What about people who praying? This is the man who duped the biggest country on earth, and those people then they nab the man, they brought him down guilty. He even pleaded guilty. Then our Liberian people say the man not guilty. They pray for him. Hey God, God help the man. And that's the same people who can go and say God. They go in the church, they say God, and then evil man, and then by who doing evil to me, okay then. But then they turn around and go and say, this look at another evil man, say, hey God, help the other evil man.
And this is a criminal that they will sit on a platform and say, oh, that he influenced them for them to vote for bad people in Liberia. These are the very poor now when things start going bad, they say, oh, I supported an old man, but we disappointed in what he doing. No sense. You
play a give on your people. Paul, you just talk about this time 20. They play a give on your people. That people who can go to prayer mother, they go to holy water, they take by, hey, God, help anybody who treating, who get evil intention. People who somehow can keep, and they add that Witherspoon did, that criminal thing he did, by duping the whole of America and giving people false certificate. You know, no nurse he gives false certificate to. And those of you who pray for him, somebody was your mind in the hospital, those false nurses went and administer some false drug and they die. So what you say? But because it didn't happen to them, so they say, God, the other criminal, that good criminal, because he praying for, he promoting our leader. So please help me when I go to jail. But then they, on the other side of their mouth, they say, hey God, anybody who get bad intention, let it go back to the sender. You know, so you're confused, God. The same person who prayed.
Let me add something to this to show how stupid we are. When Standard Wallace got in his problem, when his platform was going down, guess where they ran? The guy who can cause cause that will host a Prophet Keith.
Yeah.
One of the Prophet Keith now became because he was doing it. So they protest, they get nothing to offer. And they're telling you, you support this old man, the old man have nothing to offer you. But because the other criminal was going down, so they turn to the man cause of something. When I say something really wrong with us, we Liberian, we just some.
You don't see nothing here. You'll get yourself the next 10, 15 years when the Zogos will become the people now because most of the oil will be this or old or dead or whatever. The next 20 years, that's how you'll see. Liberian, let me tell you, some people come from different countries, can buy a whole part of Montreal, you buy from Zogo and sit down there. What y'all do? No, Liberian, we're talking.
If I mean on this, what happened? I wanted prayer people to go pray. That's April. We in. On April 29, 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Waterspoon himself will be reporting to the jail.
They go pray for the man. Maybe the government will change their mind.
The one said, "I'm happy now. Start praying now. Start being fast." But he is due on the 29th of April by 12 midday Eastern Standard Time. He himself will hold his leg close in it, and he will walk to the prison compound, and then the judge will send him whether that 41 month or that 46 month. So they must pray, they must start fasting now, so the judge shouldn't send him.
I said, let people king, they say, hey, one of them came in by, hey, I'm telling you, I'll pray, go here, I'll pray. Since I'm not going to jail now, this and that. Hey, you're happy, you're going. So I said, well, you. So I asked her, I said, but what? And that person live in Canada, So if the person living like brother, I'll say the person you know nothing. You living as far as I say, what if it was your man or your you know people who are in hospital and no false nurses went and administer some drug to them, they die. Say, well, the men are do the men only get a certificate to them, the people they so know what to do. See,
and a library, they can
like,
justify.
look, let me tell you, my man, like bro, I always tell you, in your country, it look like old car. You can't face it. When the engine spoil, you facing the engine, the tire will burst. Try to move the tire to change it again, the gas tanks are leaking.
Yeah, so my man, that wrap it's over the hour mark.
I'll finish with the I wasn't with you, bro. I'll finish with them long time.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
they got here, they got me.
I just want to tell them, look, yeah, then go and do fast and pray now. Because April 29, 12 May day, Eastern Standard Time, this guy will be holding his little plastic bag. Yeah, he'll walk to the prison. He's not going to court though. He going to the prison center itself. The judge will be waiting for him there. And say, Mr. Stanley Waterspoon, who is he? You call his name. Say, now you have been sent there for 41 months or block.
No, man. They put free, man. I'm like, bro, maybe they'll jail him for only 1 week.
They need.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you very much. If today was your first time joining us, sometimes we are not very aggressive on the show like tonight. Especially, you know, we always friendly people here, and like from the starting of the show, we told you we don't abuse people. We don't. But tonight, let me tell you, no, if I had the opportunity, all the Liberian people, especially those one who can see good and live it and love up, are going to slap everybody, including my whole family, all of your inside. No, so now you can get to our nerves. Your own citizen, they're working for a company, they're suffering. Then you go bring police people to beat them. You should be beating no foreigners. I'm not inciting those things, but if anybody will be protected, let it be your citizen. Yeah? So you care your own citizen for all foreigners, you didn't have to look at you. They say, yeah, that's true, we talk blind and the African people can't think. So you know, so now you can get to our nerves. And then, you know, when you Coca-Cola, go and buy one bottle of Coca-Cola, shake it, and open it. See what will happen. There is something, the reaction is called effervescence. The whole Coca-Cola will pull over. They say that Coca-Cola sensation, that can happen to people like me. When you shake me for long, and I can't stand it again, I'll just bust out. And that's what I did tonight. I really bust out tonight. This is not the typical Paul, the typical me. We don't blast people on the show. Not Jima either. Jima doesn't do it. Jima is a very humble guy. All of our guest panelists don't do that. But sometimes, you know, when it's just too much, you can't take it again. Man, you know, you just gotta pull it off. So I pull it off tonight. Friday show will be a good one. Friday show will be a good one. I don't think I'll be this aggressive. But Paul, I don't know. I different way you not to take it home.
Yeah, so I think it was a good show, and to A.B. Clement, what he's doing on the ground regards to drugs, I think we should give him for what he's doing. Is necessary because our children over there, the drugs business now, it have spread all over the country, and we cannot sit down and let that whole generation to just go like that. It's just bad. So let's commend what he's doing, and we pray that they will not do all, but they should handle the key players in it, and the drug business should go down a little bit. And to our audience, we'll be here again. Well, on Friday, we might have a guest on Friday, so the flyers will be out, I guess. Yes, so we should have that on Friday. Maybe we may come up before Friday as things go by. We will talk about
Wednesday or Thursday.
We will talk about the interview, but we'll do that sometime this week. That interview
but I don't know what your schedule looks like. But I'm off this whole week. So maybe we can do something. In fact, this whole month.
Come on tomorrow. We can do something.
Yeah, we can do something tomorrow.
Because there's something the woman said in our interview that caught my attention. I really want us to dive into it. So there are few things. So we can. So perhaps
so tomorrow,
we'll
for those of
get
you
back
on now, tomorrow we're coming on 7 o'clock Liberian time, 9 o'clock Central
8
European time,
o'clock, 8 o'clock UK time. Yeah. So So on that note, I'll say to our viewers, for those who join in the first time, this is the Bottom Line Discussion Live. This is we based in Europe. You may see our number small, but don't mind the number. We are all over from different platforms. So after the show, as you can see on our screen, you may be watching it wherever you're watching it from. You may see 6 person, 10 person on the other side. You may see 2 person. We spread all over. We're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, on YouTube, and whatever, we're on Jala TV. So those who watching from Jala TV as well, we want to say thanks all of you and kindly share our show. Lifor, what you want to take us home with?
Okay. I normally like to play this your song that says everything you do, you will get your reward. Because some people, like I said, people are enjoying stealing from us now, but time will come to get a reward. So if you can lay here under your music, I love that music.
Yeah. So you're right. AB Kroma is doing a fantastic job and he needs a reward. So for what he's doing, I think let's get AB Kroma his flower. So you're right. I'll put my hand on the conclude.
Okay. So that's how we're going to be taking you home. Join us tomorrow. We'll be here tomorrow. I promise you we'll be here tomorrow. Join us tomorrow for another edition of the program. And hopefully we'll be playing the interview with President Bouaka on the BBC. Some of you have heard that interview, but we'll be playing it from different perspectives and giving different analysis of what he said. So that's the whole purpose of this platform. So join us tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah. Take us.
You see, unnecessarily sleeping on duty. While patients are crying, they having conversation. While patients are dying, they busy chatting on Facebook. Anything you do in this world, you will get your reward.
VIP, I want to hear you, VIP.
Other instructors, listen to me. You make the test hard for the students to fail. You giving grades to the student because of money. You giving grades to the student to sleep with them. Anything you do in this world, you will get your reward. Oh, my bosses, listen to me. The women who are coming in your office to find job, in order to get the job, you have to sleep with them. 99 for road, 1 day for master.